Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
I'm back with new hair. New color hair. Hi, girl. Listen, I have a cute little show for y'all today. I know I'm off. I had to get my hair done, and then I thought I set this live for 7:30. I actually set it for 7:15. So when I came up here and saw, I was like, well, I guess I'll just jump right on in. Okay. But I do want to go get my other new pair of glasses because they're shades. And I kind of want to put on my shades at this point. So I'm gonna throw my be right back up. And I'm about to go out of town and all of this. So, if y'all want to show a bitch of love and you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to do something, I'd appreciate it. But if not, it's cool. I got a nice show for y'all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel or whatever. And I'll see y'all in a few. I'll be right back.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, I'm back. My bad. Hi, everybody. What's up? All right. Yo, I feel like these hoes is so. Whew. It's the same prescription. I don't know why these feel so much stronger than my other ones, child. But I feel like, I can see everything with this. But like, Jesus Christ. Ah. Okay. Hope y'all having a cute Friday. I already know what it is. Okay. I know everybody's out living their lives, doing shit. Okay. So I'm here for when y'all here. All right. Catch that playback, do all that shit. Now, before we get into the topics, y'all know what I got to remind y'all about is Reset by Design Wellness. Literally this room. is packed up with clothes and luggage and packages for me to go to Bali. Okay. I'm going to Bali next week. I'll be gone until what? The 17th? The 17th, I believe. So I'll be gone for a nice little bit. I'll post stuff still, every now and again, but y'all won't be getting me, in the like this for, few, okay? A few out this bitch, okay? But either way, yeah, I'm gonna miss y'all. I hope y'all gonna miss me too. And I'll be coming to y'all from out of town when I can. But if you guys want to sign up for the 3 trips we have coming up, y'all can go to Reset by Design Wellness. You can also use my code Bondy5 to get 5% off in the month of June. You can also use Affirm to do payment plans, $500 down. And we have 3 trips that we're promoting right now: Mauritius, Tulum, and Riviera Maya, which is a couples retreat. So yeah, I hope that y'all, come through, get with the vibe or whatever. Shout out to us. I can't wait to see the ladies. All right. Give it up for the ladies. Bonnie, me and my mom love your pick me song we sing. I love that. Thank you. I love that. I appreciate that y'all like my song like that. Okay. It just came to me one day when I just, I get aggravated by people. Now listen, we're gonna start this shit off right. Okay. And we're gonna start it off going straight for the top because I'm tired of talking about Diddy. Okay. It's almost over. Closing arguments, but more shit is tumbling out the closet as we speak. Let's get into it.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
I don't know why the prescription's so strong in them hoes. I needed that to tone down. Whoa. Okay, that was a lot. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into what I'm seeing here. Justin Combs, and this is another son because we already know that Christian has also been accused of assaulting a woman that worked on one of the yachts. Justin Combs, son of Diddy, is being accused of luring a woman to come to Los Angeles under the pretense of landing her a job in the entertainment industry. However, once she arrived, she claimed she was kept in a house for several days and ultimately argued by multiple men, including Diddy, according to a recent lawsuit. As the lawsuit details, after consuming multiple drugs while being at their home, 3 masked men showed up at the house. She claims one of them was Diddy, whom she recognized by his distinctive stature and demeanor, and Justin referred to him as Pops. She alleges she was taken upstairs to a bedroom and was warned, "You better let this happen or else." According to her account, all 3 men took turns eyeing her through the back and through the mouth while she was incapacitated by drugs. Diddy's lawyer responded back to the lawsuit in a statement. Of course, y'all know he ain't do it. It's a lie. He ain't never do nothing like this before. You know what I mean? That type of shit. Um, I'm done at this point. They all lying. Go get a job. That's very interesting. I think I'm gonna tell y'all something. I do feel like there's something to be said for people popping out saying that, people have done things to them and it all kind of seems like, oh, this story's not real. Maybe that story's real. Maybe that story's not real. Maybe this story's real. Like, and we're now in a time frame where attention is at it's at the top of the list of things that people are trying to get. But yeah, I don't think everybody lying. I don't think that everybody's lying. I also feel like, a lot of people don't understand the 1 plus 1 equals 2 of it all. And to me, there's a 1 plus 1 equals 2 when it comes to people like Diddy. There are things that are just happening in life that it's almost inevitable the way power is going to corrupt people, the way access is going to corrupt people, the way being a billionaire or a millionaire is going to make you want to exploit people for labor. And historically, a lot of people, don't understand how much of what they think and how they think about everything is based on being forced into a system. A system of working for a living. And y'all don't know this, but people fought Like, people fought and died because they didn't want us to have to live like this. And unfortunately, they lost over hundreds and hundreds of years. But essentially, a lot of y'all value money over everything, and it shows in the shit you say. I was on TikTok live and they always talking about Diddy. There's always a room full of black people talking about Diddy, and most of them are saying stupid shit. But one of the women says, I don't think he's a good guy. I think he's a bad guy, but I don't think he should be in jail for the rest of his life for DV. I don't care. It don't make me no never mind whether he's in jail or not, because it don't make me no money. And I know that that's something that people think is a smart thing to say. Like, they think that everybody likes to base everything around money. But I feel like that's such a fucked up thing to say, that you don't care about the overall safety of your environment as long as you're making money. I think that's weird. And I think a lot of people don't recognize how much they uphold criminality, right? And don't get me wrong, y'all. Like, everybody likes to do their thing. Everybody likes to, do whatever their vices are, right? But the vices are normally not the issue here. Like, people doing drugs is not the problem. It's what happens to people when they do drugs that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like, I think people really don't think about these things far enough. They don't understand how much of this is implemented so that they don't have empathy for each other or other people, because they don't realize how much of this is a systematic mechanism. And I saw a woman on TikTok before I came up here saying that we have to be in a fucking simulation. We have to be, because some of y'all can't be playable characters talking the way y'all do, saying the things that y'all say. Y'all have to be NPCs. And I think it's the same thing as people being bot pages. That's another thing. Everybody that likes to come at me from every different side. And I mean, people, they don't just say generic things. They say all kind of shit to you in these comments. And then you go look at their page and it's always somebody with zero post. It's always somebody with zero post, which I often believe not just a bot, but somebody that has a real page, but they don't want to talk that bullshit from their page. So they make these fake Instagram accounts and they talk they shit in comments from those pages. Which I also feel like on some hand is like, you pussy ass motherfucker, say that shit from a page that we can identify as yours. Like, I do be feeling like that. I know a lot of people, I worry about my job and all of that. Yeah, well, then don't get on the internet and say no stupid shit if you care about your job. Do us all a favor. Child, not just our community, the entire community, but the way we do it is unmatched. Y'all know we always gotta add our special sauce on some shit. And the way we add sauce on protecting abusers is just so wild to me. It's so wild. Diddy been a fucking creep and a weirdo for years, and y'all really be up here on the internet acting like we haven't had all of this evidence of this man doing wild shit his entire time we've known him. And then talking about, well, that's not what the RICO case is about. But if we were talking about the RICO case specifically, y'all don't want to admit that things are illegal. Like, y'all don't want to admit that having a whole bunch of drugs in a fanny pack and then giving them to people is illegal. You don't want to admit that. You don't want to admit that paying for prostitution is illegal. You don't want to admit that. So if you don't want to admit what creates a RICO, we can't have a conversation about what a RICO is. Like, so many people are having conversations about what a RICO is and how they don't believe that that's what we've seen here. And I'm like, I don't even want to know how you've gotten there, because I don't think you're actually smart enough to explain it to me. You're going to deflect and start talking about something else, just like his defense team did today. Everybody did they closing statements, and the defense did nothing but make Cassie out to be some thought who knew what she was doing. which is all y'all say. Even some of the women in my comments, I really want you to ask yourself, what do you mean when you say that somebody isn't innocent when we're talking about something happening to them? What is the point of that statement? Is that to say that it's okay that something happened to them? Like, what is that to like? What's to say? Because essentially, I think what you're wanting is some form of accountability for the person putting themselves in that situation, but that's not something you can know that they understand based on what we know now. To me, I feel like Cassie was absolutely accountable for how she got herself in that situation because she had to pull herself out of it. She had to get out of a drug addiction. She had to find a way to still be out here living and taking care of herself. Now she has a family and a house and kids and a husband and a life that she could not get for herself when she was with that man. Why do you think that is? Then people keep acting like the women were just jealous and cheating on him. You can't cheat on a nigga that's for everybody. That's doing whatever the fuck he wants to do and just telling you that you can't do it because he's the man, he's the rich man, and he should be able to do whatever he want to do, but you better not, or I'ma blow the nigga car up. A victim's accountability is to themselves, y'all, not to nobody else, and damn sure not to you weirdos on the internet acting like somebody needs to provide you proof of what happened to them for you not to be on the internet automatically taking the side of an abuser with a track record. And also what annoys me is now y'all start to say, oh, it's just DV. Yeah, bitch, assault is still illegal. Are y'all okay? It's just DV. What the fuck do you mean? It's just DV. Y'all have normalized this shit to the point that you don't even realize when you taking a part in the abuse yourself. And then a lot of y'all don't give a fuck, and that's fine. You know, everybody lack empathy again. NPCs. NPCs. You motherfuckers can't be real people saying some of the shit that y'all say on the internet. I don't, ooh, girl. And then talk to me like I'm somebody that don't understand some shit, which is wild. I understand way more than you do, especially the people that be talking to me in these comments, talking about how would you feel if somebody accused somebody. I got kicked out of fucking high school because somebody accused me of sexual harassment, and I ain't even think about fucking them. So to be very clear, I know exactly what it feels like to be lied on. And I still feel like these niggas did that shit. Y'all just be out here trying to find reasons to make excuses to make this behavior okay because you like these niggas. I'm gonna give a fuck about you liking these niggas, man. Amid Diddy's federal sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy RICO trial, Brandon Adams is now suing him, alleging sodomy at a house party in 2021. Per TMZ, Houston, Texas attorney Tony Busby, who is representing a slew of other alleged Diddy victims, is helping Adams, who alleges a chauffeur he met at an LA gas station invited him to a Diddy party. On arrival, he had to leave his phone in a car after walking by several celebrities and throwing back a couple of alcoholic drinks that made him dizzy. He fell unconscious on a bed in an empty bedroom before someone allegedly unbuckled his pants. He asked what was going on and allegedly heard a man's voice tell him, "You're about to get that Diddy love. Don't worry. You're about to get a great massage." That shit is weird. That shit is so weird, my God, today. When Adam fought against the alleged sodomy, he alleges that Diddy grabbed the back of his neck and threatened him, reciting information from his driver's license. Adams alleges Diddy had him sign the NDA and be escorted out before getting pulled over for DUI on his way home. He's now suing for SA and battery, gender violence, and more, and is seeking unspecified damages. Diddy's legal team responded, "We know it's a money grab. We know he didn't do it. He's never done it." I'm sorry, y'all. It's ridiculous that y'all think that he wouldn't be guilty of any of this. Like, I'm not saying that each case, is true. I'm really not saying that, but I also feel like, come on, man. Like, how many? Like, I'm sorry. No, there are not enough people that are not scared of him to just be out here lying on him like this. I think people are genuinely scared of Diddy, which is why I don't think that people just be lying on no nigga that they scared of. I don't. I think that people are scared of him. And the possibility of him, like the type of guts it took for everybody that testified to testify, knowing that if he ends up getting off and getting out, how they're going to be in some type of danger based on the way Diddy seems to roll. Like it's not safe. I don't think he's safe for everybody to be around. And that's the point. That's the point. Y'all out here like, oh, he need to go to therapy. Man, therapy ain't about to do nothing for that nigga. Stop playing yourself. Stop playing yourself, money. Y'all be out here playing yourselves, believing some of this shit that come out of your mouth. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but them destroying the attorneys, I'm still looking at niggas that feel the need to destroy the attorneys with a side eye and a question mark. I'm just telling you. So this weirdo, because I do believe that these niggas be weirdos. The lawyers that defend these men, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think that it takes some amount of gumption to even go after these celebrities because they're so powerful, for one, because they also have a level of street cred, which means they can get hurt in a real way on top of a legal way. And everybody doesn't have millions of dollars to be fucking fighting people like Diddy and Fat Joe and all of them in court. Like, people don't have money for that shit all the time. So whenever somebody does say that something happened, I more often than not want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they might be telling the truth, because I recognize how much it takes to actually file charges or really just file a lawsuit against somebody who you may not have enough money to fight with. Like, you really, like, somebody that's assaulting people or harming, 15-year-old girls and shit. So you think that people are not walking around like, I probably shouldn't I probably shouldn't say anything. Everybody's natural reaction is to not say shit. So that's why I think it's so weird when motherfuckers act like, people that are lying are not taking a huge risk. Okay? 10% they say is people lying. 10%. 10% or less. That's still 90 fucking percent that people are actually doing whatever somebody accused them of doing. And then if you look around at the way everybody's socialized, it makes sense. It makes sense. That's why I don't get where y'all be coming from with that shit. Everybody socialized to be violent, to be patriarchal, to care only about money and capitalistic things, to look down on people that don't want to be a part of this stupid ass system that was created a few hundred years ago that y'all think been going on since the beginning of time. But no, nigga, no. You were freer about, I want to say, what, 600, 500 years ago, you probably were freer than you are now. But you don't know it because we got a whole bunch of shiny shit and air condition and hot water and stuff, electricity. You got these things, so you overvalue those things. But to me, I think that the attorneys that have to defend, or the attorneys that have to take on these celebrities, have to have a level of delusion about them, because that's some scary shit to do. I think it's scary to go against Diddy. I think it's scary to go against Jay-Z. I think it's scary to go against Fat Joe. These people have money. These people already have a level of success and fame that offers them the benefit of the doubt straight off rip. So anybody that says anything bad about them, the automatic response is money grab, money grab, money grab. That's what they say every single time. Instead of looking at the individual and how they live their lives, which would tell you that more often than not, people not lying, because niggas is not living safe, stable lives. Niggas is artists and entertainers, and in a environment where they do drugs and drink and use women as objects. They talk about it in the songs. Like, it's very just weird to me to watch people disconnect from the pattern that's being shown when people like R. Kelly or people like Bill Cosby or people like Diddy get in trouble for what they do to women, when it's been obvious in whatever they did the entire time. R. Kelly's music has been saying it for years. That's why some of us can't listen to some of that shit, because when you actually know what he's saying now, you're like, that's fucking disgusting. You're talking about fucking a kid in this song. Bill Cosby was talking about drugging bitches and putting Spanish fly in their drinks in his comedy shows. It's on record from the 70s. Like, Diddy says shit in interviews. Diddy makes other men feel uncomfortable in interviews. He knows the cameras are rolling, and he will turn to a grown ass man who he knows is straight and say the gayest shit possible intentionally to make that man feel uncomfortable, so that man can know he's being dominated right now by Diddy. Because Diddy will then give you this energy of, I'm so crazy that you're not really gonna fuck with me. Like, I don't get how people don't be getting it. So when we talk about Tyrone Blackburn, we talk about what's the other nigga, Tony Busby. I do believe that those people have to have a sort of villainous, air to them in order for them to even have the balls to go after some of the people that they're going after.
Is why was Mr. Blackburn trying to avoid being served by Fat Joe?
Again, that's let me just.
Now y'all got to talk about it. Thank y'all.
So, from my understanding, my client actually offered to waive.
I'm sorry.
Service with.
Okay, so lawyer suing Fat Joe can't get his story straight after leaving jail. See, I don't feel like this is a confusing headline and no fucking caption, Hollywood Unlocked. Because what I would understand from this is I would believe that the person in the pink blazer is the lawyer suing Fat Joe if I was listening to this caption. But if we know who we looking at, we know that Blackburn, who is the actual attorney, is standing in the back with the plaid shirt on.
And this again just shows even more why it appears as if this is somewhat of a setup.
Yeah. It's absolutely giving somewhat of a setup. It's absolutely giving a setup, y'all. I'm sorry. The math is not mathing. Let me explain how the math is not mathing. The attorney hitting the person trying to give them the service, the papers, doesn't mean that the person the lawyer is representing is lying about what they said about Fat Joe. Like, that doesn't make any sense, y'all. I don't know how proving that proving that Blackburn, whatever the fuck, proving that Blackburn hit somebody with a car. I don't know how that's supposed to prove that Blackburn's client is lying about what he said about Fat Joe. Like, those two things don't go together for me. Yes, he could be lying, but what the fuck that got to do with the attorney hitting a nigga with a car? It got nothing to do with it. Like, that doesn't mean that Fat Joe is not guilty of something. I think that's so weird how we're trying to draw those things together.
Okay. And one last question. Mr. Blackburn, do you care to comment about the previous filings that you filed in terms of court cases where judges were saying that your court cases were incorrectly filed?
Again, because of the sensitivity of this case and the close proximity in time with it, I don't want the prosecution to make any attempt to use anything against him right now. So I think he's not going to answer that question.
So I'm going to say this. I feel like Blackburn is probably a weird ass snaky dude, but probably on some level knows what he's doing. Like, he knows what he's doing. And I think some of the grimy shit he does is to get those stories more attention. And he could be doing that to extort famous people. Absolutely. That's a positive. I'm not even saying that that's not the case. What I am saying is that doesn't always mean somebody's lying. That doesn't always mean somebody's lying to me. So they can have clients that are telling them the truth. And then they can just have very snaky, grimy business practices about the way they go about presenting those people. I don't, that I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, girl. um, but I don't think it's as simple as, oh, Blackburn hit a nigga with a car. I guess that means Fat Joe is innocent. Speaking of people in jail, thank God. What do you mean we were all rooting for you? I can't fuck with y'all with this, y'all. Y'all. I love New Orleans, but I hate it. Sources confirm that Massey was captured in the Holly Grove neighborhood of New Orleans. This marks a major break in a case that's drawn significant public attention since the daring jail escape rattled the city's correctional system. Child rattled it, bitch. It kicked a hole in it, but we already knew it was broke. So now they didn't got him. He was the one online telling y'all he ain't do it. He ain't do it. And he was just in Holly Grove. He was just in the 17, literally not too far away from the news station, not too far away from a whole bunch of police that stay circling around that area. So I think that's very interesting that he was right here at home the whole fucking time. Girl, I swear them police ain't shit sometimes. But I'm glad they caught him. I'm glad they caught him because this is like he's tried to escape from jail so many times. He's not a fucking victim. Y'all want to talk about somebody not being a victim? They not a victim. Yeah, this nigga's not a victim. This nigga's not a victim. Okay? He's not. I think a lot of times y'all think people get face tattoos because they have artistic expression, and sometimes it's because they do nigga shit and they want to be scary because they do nigga shit. They out here in the streets. That's a way for them to be seen as scary. Yeah. The fuck? Girl, he didn't think to try to change. What he gonna do? What he gonna do, girl? He can't do nothing with that. He a light-skinned nigga with face tattoos. There ain't nothing he could do about that. He done made himself too, now I don't want to say too famous, but too recognizable. You done made yourself too recognizable, sir. You done been all on the internet telling us your story with your one piece of paper and all of that. Lord, it's the way it's the way people be falling for it for me. It's the way people be falling for it for me. He dumb. In 6 weeks, he could have been in Cuba by now. Lock him up. Man, let me tell you. And that's what you should learn about all of them niggas. Everybody think they want to be free, but no, you don't. You don't really want to be free because the reason why you in there in the first place is because you like being in there. I'm telling y'all, niggas act like free us. They don't really want to be freed. A lot of these niggas want to be in jail where they can have somebody pay their bills and they can do whatever physical work they need to do and then have somebody tell them when to eat, shit, shower, and go to bed. That's exactly what a lot of them want. They don't want to admit that, but that's what they want. The only reason niggas get out, want to jump out of prison sometimes is because they might want to see their mama or a woman. But outside of that, a lot of men who I believe go in and out of jail like going in and out of jail. It's not because their girlfriends or boyfriends are in there, but it's about being taken care of. And it's about the structure. But it really is about them not having to figure it out for themselves. That's really what it is. They got electricity and they got water off rip. If they go out into the world, if they not doing something illegal, they may not be able to have no electricity and no water. And they still got to be out here fighting with motherfuckers. Okay? So yeah, I definitely feel like, some of these men are just like, little mice in a maze. You think you want to be free until somebody opens up the cage. You go out, realize that you really ain't about that life, and then you run back to prison. Because what else you finna do? A lot of them don't even have the mindset like to go and leave Louisiana, leave the country, go somewhere else and start a new life. A lot of them don't even have what it takes to do something like that. They would much rather stick around and try to suck as much as they can out of the same people because that's safer for them. Like, you got to know the nigga don't feel like he can go nowhere else. That's why he ain't leave for real. Because, come on. And yes, it's too much responsibility and it's too much discipline you have to be out here in the world with the rest of us. That's how a lot of them feel. But I'm glad they got him, girl, because I don't like for, people that hit on women to just be walking around freely, girl. That's not my way. That's not my way at all. So speaking of people that be out here freely hitting on women, DDG and Halle Bailey were back in court, and this is what came of it. DDG has now been granted approval to visit his son Halo in Italy July 1st through the 3rd, but under these conditions. Visitation hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Holly's team originally proposed 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., but whatever. What them 3 hours gonna do with a fucking baby? Like, what you gonna do? Anyway, supervised by Holly's nanny and security. Holly's lawyer raised concern that the nanny felt unsafe alone, prompting need for security. Yes, because DDG makes everybody feel unsafe. He's one of them niggas that just start talking. Like anything you say to them, you got to worry that they're about to flip out because they take everything personal. Like they feel like they have to look over their shoulder in every instance. And also, it's a way for them to feel like they're dominating all the time. That's why it's hard for people to be around them if they're not a yes man or a yes woman like his family. He's well insulated by his family that depend on him. So I don't think that's why he probably doesn't do well outside of certain areas. He really wanted to be seen on that Hollywood scene with her. And the reason why is because, well, first of all, you're a sociopath and you got to have way more talent and charisma to be a sociopath in that space. But I think there is a lack of discipline, about DDG, and that's the reason why he streams and does the way he does. I think it's a lot of him being very smart, but also being so well insulated and incentivized for stupid shit that there's no reason to grow. You know what I'm saying? Um, Supervised by no overnights allowed. DDG can't take Halo more than 3 miles from the hotel, and he must stay near Holly's hotel in Italy. No social media posts of Halo by DDG. Now, to be very clear, you guys, this could have been figured out all on their own if that nigga had any sense. Because I believe that Holly tried to create a schedule, tried to communicate with him, and he was ignoring her. And then you saw the text messages between her and the mom where she's asking the mom, and the mom is like, I'll check with him. And the mom never really tells her anything. Like, it's definitely given he was just being hard to deal with, like a lot of young bitch made ass men are. A lot of y'all are exhausting and hard to deal with, and you want to have temper tantrums every time you can't get your way or anytime it's needed for you to put your own fucking feelings to the back. A lot of y'all have a hard time with this. A lot of 30-something-year-old men that have a hard time doing regular life shit because I don't want to do it and you can't make me. Like that's basically the temper tantrum that niggas be going through. And it would have been easy, y'all. We said this shit before they went to court. We said all he had to do was say, I'll be out there in Italy for a little while so I could be there with the baby and help you out. He could have did that himself. But no, a fucking court had to do it because he's not mature enough to do it. And then you got all these grown ass niggas on the internet defending him. This is why these young men are so immature. You would think the nigga was 22 years old the way he acts. And that's because none of you old niggas got any fucking maturity or sense about y'all. Neither. Let me see if I can find that stupid nigga that y'all making famous for no reason. I don't even know where he came from. I ain't posted. I thought I posted it. You loser. Damn, I thought I posted it. Maybe it was on my threads. That's what it was. But I forget what's that weird ass nigga's name. Let me see if I can find it on my TikTok. Cause I don't know if I could pull up my threads on here, child. Let me see. Can I pull up my threads on here? I ain't never tried to put my threads on no computer, girl. Okay, hold up. Yeah, we want to continue as me. What's up? Okay. Okay, y'all, hold up. I'm coming. Did y'all like the video? Are y'all following my secondary page, BondyBlue Bites? Because I be putting stuff over there. And I be cutting stuff. Y'all be missing stuff. Hold up. All right, shut up. Okay. All right, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay.
Disrespect? No, I think it's a familiarity.
So this nigga right here. So I'm gonna just tell y'all off rip. To me, this man is giving fake pimp. It's giving fake ass pimp, basically. It's giving fake ass pimp. And a lot of the times, fake ass pimps that really hate women, and you could tell he hates women because of the men that he defends. And the way he has a problem with other men who defend women. It absolutely is giving suppressed homosexuality, is what it's giving.
That lacks respect.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way. Let me tell you why. Because if you say because technically, like that's your way of separating us. Like now,
Hold on, I'm gonna start it over because I want y'all to hear from the beginning.
You take OG and Unc as disrespect?
no, I think it's a familiarity that lacks respect.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Let me tell you why. Because if you say because technically, like that's your way of separating us. Like now the new word is YN. Like what a YN is. I wish somebody would call me a YN.
Nobody would ever call you a YN. It literally means young nigga. You're not a young nigga. And that's your real problem. And some of you women in the comments, I'm going to have to gather y'all too.
Yeah.
Like that's so disrespectful. Like it's like, nah, to me it's disrespectful. Like you should always lead your elders with respect.
That's what I mean. That's why they call you Uncle OG.
I'm not your fucking unk. And I'm not your OG. I don't even know you, man.
I don't even know you, my nigga. So let me explain something to y'all. If men like this actually felt responsible for their community and all of this, black community shit y'all be talking about, then they would absolutely understand that they are uncle or a older elder figure to anybody in their community that shares their identity. That's how communities work. It's not just your blood family. It's also the generations that come before you and after you, because they don't have to be your family in order for you to affect them, right? Right? And so in real life, when people call you a auntie or uncle, it is showing reverence for the fact that you are an elder of mine. Not that you are an elder of wisdom, but that you are older than me. So I'm creating a separation, right? It happened with Jim Jones and Christie not wanting to be called an auntie. To me, what was happening in that moment, the young woman walks towards Jim Jones, and as a young woman, when she is calling him Unc, it is because she is trying to let him know where his place is, which means you are an older man. I see you as a uncle. I do not want to fuck you. A lot of y'all old niggas hate that. A lot of y'all niggas hate that because y'all don't want to be real with y'all selves. Y'all are older. Y'all are not in your 20s anymore. You are a fucking uncle. And you mad because you still want the possibility of fucking one of those young women. So you don't like when they refer to you as uncle because it's then a young person telling you, you are too old for me. That's what that is. That's why you don't like being called unc. And then you don't want to be seen as an uncle to a young man because you view him as competition. You're not trying to be in the elder role to him. You're not trying to school him and give him game for the betterment of the community. You too fucking busy holding on to your youth that has escaped you at this point and trying to compete with some young men over some young girls that don't want your old ass anyway. And a lot of you elder women who don't want to be called an auntie, I'm not exactly sure what that's about for y'all. I don't want to be called auntie. I've been a fucking auntie since I was 12 years old. It means nothing to me for somebody to view me as a aunt. To me, it is a way of showing respect to me. I think that if you find issue with that, you should ask yourself why you would feel played for being called something that you probably already are. I don't mind. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. I've been an aunt since I was 12 years old, bruh. It don't mean nothing to me. Exactly. I'm not your peer, baby. Listen, I'm almost 40 years old. Okay. Like, I'm not 20. I'm not 22. I'm not 25. I'm not 26. I'm not even 31. I'm not 32. I'm almost 40 years old, baby. And I'm okay with being put in the auntie uncle role. Like, I don't understand why that's so upsetting for people unless you are having a hard time with the fact that you are no longer a youth. Yeah, that's right, babe. You're no longer a youth. Get over it. Think a lot of y'all don't like aging. A lot of y'all don't like aging. Now, it's one thing if you feel like somebody calling you a auntie in a disrespectful manner, but I don't feel like that's always where that's coming from. And I damn sure don't feel like that's where it's coming from when young men are doing it. When young men are doing it to older men, a lot of the times I feel like the young men want to look up to you niggas, but you niggas don't want to be looked up to. That's too much pressure. It's too much pressure for you to be the type of person that somebody will want to look up to. I don't like Asian. I get it. It's not all of that great, but I kind of like it. Yeah. I notice lines in my face more than I did when I was 21 and all of that, but I think I take care of myself really well and I like my life more now than I ever have before. Like I don't miss being a child. I don't miss being a teen. I don't even miss being in my 20s. The way I feel about myself and my life right now at almost 40, bitch, I don't want to be any younger. You know what I'm saying? Call me auntie, been that mode since high school. With age comes wisdom. I never be 20-year-old. Yeah. I love the fact that I'm getting older and I'm learning more and I'm seeing things clearer now and having all of these like aha moments and feeling more connected and really understanding and internalizing what it means to go within and to really be like searching for self in this journey and what that means for me and how that shows up for me. I don't mind aging. I don't like auntie because why is your first impulse to remind me that I'm older? You can show respect without that label. And I love being older, but I don't need to be told I'm older all the time. Who's telling you older all the time? And why are you automatically assuming that that's what that's about instead of it being about respect? And what's wrong with you being reminded that you're older if you don't mind being older? I don't know, world. I don't know. I love you for real though. And you got every right to not be called whatever you don't want to be called. But I really, I want y'all to be fucking for real sometimes. Getting all upset and mad about this is not it, girl.
Call me sir, man. Hello, brother. Call me brother. Call me anything.
I think it's a culture.
Why you want to be called brother, but you don't want to be called uncle? Nigga, you not my brother neither. My brother ain't your age. What's going on?
Thing as in evolve, like this generation, sir, is OG unk. I don't think they come to you with, I think it's very respectful when a young man like, yo, that's my OG. It's a type of pride in that. Like, OG? Yo, I look up to old man. Yeah.
OG stands for original gangster, right? Not to them.
I understand. Not to them.
It stands for old guy. You know that, right? Shaka Zulu talk. Shout out to Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu like, yo, let me call you OG. That really means, hey,
but can't.
No, that ma'am shit will throw you off. But that also just feels like, what era are we in? You know what I mean? But I also say yes, ma'am, just naturally. Like, not even all the time to somebody that's older. It's just like, yes, ma'am. Like, it's not, I think it's really about perspective and how much energy you put into feeling a way about shit. Because to be clear, y'all, I do feel like sometimes people be looking for reasons to feel played or looking for reasons to feel like somebody trying to slight you. And that's something you gotta unpack.
Can as a lyricist.
Oh, we talking about music is different.
No. I'm not talking about music. I'm just saying as a lyricist and what you can do with words. Original gangster, to them, gangster can mean gangster. I'm gonna f you up in these streets. I'm in these streets doing my thing. Or gangster could be like, yo, old boy got his whole business and his family. That's some gangsta ass shit, bro. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it really depends on the context, and you perceive the context differently. But when I see a young boy call somebody an OG, to me, I look at them. They can call you an OG, Jay-Z OG, whoever, Obama,
They
OG.
also don't call everybody.
Yeah,
OG.
they don't. They don't give.
Now, it was really my issue. OG
I love you, but you a grumpy old man. You know that? Hell yeah, you grumpy as hell.
Tell me.
Because I've been back there. I was listening. I've been like, this nigga complain about everything. I don't want them to call me OG Unc. He like, yo, we gonna go to the bar after the day. I'm ready to go. I'm like, damn, nigga, do you have fun doing anything?
Okay, I'm glad you said
I love
that.
you,
No. Listen, I can be honest. It takes so much to offend me because
No, it don't. It don't take much to offend you. It don't take much to offend you at all. You gonna think about everything she said over and over again in your fucking head. And the fact that she got them niggas laughing is really what's gonna bother you. You gonna be here the echo of them niggas laughing at you. Watch.
I am grumpy.
I just like to say I love you.
I love you too. Can I tell you why I'm grumpy though? I'm grumpy because I wake up and I do everything in my power to do right by everybody around me.
That's cap.
Yeah.
And when I feel like you're not giving me the same respect, like I'm loved when I come in the room. I love everybody.
Is he? Because that's not what you said. You said the nigga felt bitter and aggy and angry. Like he's secretly unhappy but putting on a good show for everybody except for when he starts talking.
So when you start talking to me like that, that's when it's like, don't do that to me. Like I don't bring that energy to you. So it's more.
Yeah, no. Okay, so this is what I need for y'all to understand. And I peeped this about, some of my close loved ones. I love y'all for real. A lot of y'all are too fucking sensitive. And when I say sensitive, I'm not talking about the type of sensitivity that makes you feel for people. I'm talking about the type of sensitivity that makes you think that everything somebody does that you don't understand or don't like is a slight to you. Like somebody's trying to disrespect you. And let me explain something. When you show up for people, you show up for people because that's who you are and that's what you do. And what you have to learn when showing up for people is that they will not always show up for you and you have no power over that. But it's about the type of person that you want to be. You don't need to hold over nobody's head what you do for them. You do it and then you walk away from it. You do for people and you take your hands off of it. This idea that you can now be defensive with people and then act like it's because you so scared somebody gonna hurt you in the process of you hurting other people, my nigga, I'm telling y'all right now, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that.
More or less, to me, it's more of a wall that I put up. So when I do want to talk to you, I can talk to you. I want to talk to you, so I'm gonna be different with you. Mm-hmm. But that's the grumpy shit. Hey, goddamn, come over here. Who is it? Oh, it's him. Come over here. Oh, it's her. Come over here.
But sir. Okay. Right, sir.
Right. But the energy you give people, you basically saying everything isn't an attack. Yes, and I feel like I've definitely had a lot of experience with dealing with people where you could tell how everything you say to them is like they trying to find a way to take it wrong. They trying to find, the slight in it. They trying to find the critique in it. And it's just like, then you start to feel like you walking on eggshells with people. Like I'm walking on eggshells because I feel like I can't say the right thing. It don't matter what I say, you gonna get upset. And don't nobody feel like dealing with that shit. Now, if you're a member of my channel, you know that I did a members only and we watched B. Simone and her friend Sakina have a conversation about B. Simone working on this app that she's coming out with, this business she's trying to build, their friendship, how the friend Sakina has been struggling in the past year. And nigga, I got questions. Because to me, it seemed like Sakina is working for B. Simone. And yet, while working for B. Simone, she can't afford to live. She can't afford to live while working for B. Simone. That's what it seemed like to me. Based on the things that they said in this interview, there was a moment where she says that somebody called saying B. Simone had to be somewhere, and Sakina was on the phone with the person and said, "Oh, we gonna need a few more hours." Sound like you're being an assistant. Y'all are there together all the time, which means she would see that you did not have a car. If we go out to eat all the time, we're always together. That's what they said. You know what the fuck going on with her. But it's best for you that she's not doing good. Because if she's not doing good, then she's going to want to keep working for you, and you don't want to pay nobody. That's what it seemed like to me. B. Simone is over there trying to become an exploiter, just like Tyler Perry and everybody else that's trying to use people for free labor. People that don't, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't care what nobody talking about. I worked 8 years as a photojournalist. If you did not know, I cannot stand a fucking union buster. I cannot stand people that go against the union. I cannot stand people that don't support the union. I can't stand when unions go against their own self-interest and decide they're going to align with people that are going to take their rights away. So I very much have an issue whenever I notice people trying to exploit labor out of people. And I know it's what our country is based on. But as a Black person, I find it so problematic to see other Black people rise to a certain level of, success. And then instead of being fair to the people around them, they just do what was done to them and exploit those people. And I feel like it is so much more fucked up. I'm a management side employment lawyer. Why would I hate you? Oh, because you bust up unions? Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't care. I know everybody got a job to do and all of that type of shit. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of people that break up unions and try to make it easier for employers to take advantage of and exploit their workers. And please understand that everybody's being exploited, just at different levels. Just at different levels. Don't bust them up. Just negotiate against them. Yeah. 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 I'm sorry, friend. You kind of like evil. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Whenever you're trying to negotiate to get people to take less than they deserve, which I can't help but to think that's what you're doing because you working for the corporation, and the corporation at the end of the day is always trying to exploit their workers, get way more out of the worker than they actually want to give, make the worker think that they don't need sick days, they don't need vacation time, they should always be working. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we used to, every time somebody went and talked and renegotiated, we lost something every fucking time. We lost sick days, we lost vacation days. Then I lost my positioning. I lost my positioning because another company bought us, and a part-time editor all of a sudden doesn't have the same, even though I've been here for 5 years, they knocked me down to me starting over as a photographer, meaning that all of my years there didn't really matter. So yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, my seniority. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I can't do it, girl. I can't do it, girl. Some of the things that we have to do in this system are fucked up, and I'm just gonna say that that's what it is. All right. But specifically in the situations to when it comes to B. Simone and Tyler Perry and people and Diddy, Fat Joe, all of them, if you pay attention, are talking about being able to get work out of people without fully paying them all the time. And I don't really like that. I just don't. Honestly, I'm getting further. The more I read and the more knowledge I gain, the more I hate this system. Like, I love what I do, but I hate this system. This work system that y'all put people through. I think it's abusive. And I think it doesn't do anything for the individual. I don't think it makes you better or anything. I don't think you having money means that you're a better person or you're happier. I don't think it means any of that. And I think a lot of these people like B. Simone, they really thrive off of feeling like they're manifesting destiny, meaning that them them wanting the money and all of that, them getting money makes them feel like they're in tune with God because they're getting money. When literally somebody said money was the root of all evil. And y'all have now decided that having the money means that that's the most growth you can have is a whole bunch of money, but then still be so miserable. One of the things we talked about, I'm gonna let her talk, y'all, in this, but I really want to talk to everybody about what we heard from her. B. Simone said she was on a 9-day water fast for spiritual reasons. And so I think that I actually was just reading about this in a book, but our culture has an obsession given to us by Jesuit priests of abusing ourselves. Seeing your body as a machine that needs to keep working as if it's just a mechanism and not connected to a spirit and a person and a soul and all of that. That was put in place, you guys. Like, that was very much driven into our society with laws and with expectations, and then in the media and in art, and then in sciences and psychology and in doctors, like even the way they imagine our body systems, our heart pumping blood, all of it comes from them fashioning our bodies like machinery to be used. Somebody said, we're not human beings. We're humans doing, because we have no value if we're not doing shit. Right? So I very much like, the more I understand about that, the more I feel it doesn't mean you just throw away, ambition. But it does mean your ambition should be tied to an authentic inner meaning for yourself, something that feels like it's what you're supposed to be doing, something that you're good at, something that feels good to you, and something that absolutely does not harm other people. Because essentially, I feel like whatever you are good at is supposed to be a service to the world around you. Whatever it is that you're good at is supposed to be in service to the community around you. That's how you know we're supposed to be in community with each other, because everything that we do affects other people. And this idea that we could live in a world that we could not give a fuck about what's happening to other people because it's not making us money. That's not a safe world to live in. It's not. And it's also a world that you will end up being swallowed by that mentality. I mean, starving herself for 9 days, abusing her body, calling it spiritual. A lot of y'all do that when the truth of the matter is you've already been starved of something, which is why you were in need and in search of what you were searching for. You were already being starved of something, but you don't know what you were being starved of. B. Simone was probably being starved of love and attention and validation as a child, and so has become a people-pleasing, jester, pick me type personality in order to be well loved and well received. And then the space that she finds herself being successful is in this system of exploitive entertainment, exploiting one's, feelings and emotions. That's what social media and being an influencer does. It exploits what is real for you, and it gives people a feeling of connection, but it's also something that, like I said, can be exploited, used in, I feel like, a fake way in order to make money off of people. And I think that's what she's over there doing. But she's also heavily abusing herself in the process of that. And she's calling it like, I'm searching for something spiritual. And I'm just like, girl, you're hungry. You haven't eaten in 9 days. You're not doing anything that feels good to you anymore because you're punishing yourself for mistakes you've made. Instead of understanding why you made those mistakes, you just run to the opposite direction of life. And that's what a lot of these women do. Her, Brittany Renner, they all they have these lives that lead them into hold'em that makes them feel bad about themselves, shame, guilt. Now you go run to religion so that you can wash your sins away, because it's too much work to integrate and recognize that we do what we do for a reason. Give yourself some grace. Recognize why you did it. Change the behavior if it's not healthy for you, but still give yourself everything that you need, because most of the time, the reason why you ended up getting in fucked up situations is because you weren't getting what you needed. The answer is not to starve yourself of things even more in an attempt to punish yourself into clarity. That's not how that works to me. It's not. And I feel like there are so many hoteps out there, and I've seen it in real life. People that do a lot of fasting and, oh, I'm doing a detox and it's spiritual, and you get so much out of not eating and all of this shit. They do these things and it does nothing to actually transform their psyche, their mental, or how they handle their emotions. It does nothing. It just gives them a moment to punish themselves, feel like, okay, good, I finally finished punishing myself. Now I can go back to doing all of the shit I was already doing. Like, it's not a real fix. It's a superficial fix to make you feel virtue about whatever you're doing. Like, you need to feed yourself in order for you to be able to actually think and function and make good decisions. Much of her interview with her friend made me feel like she has been aggy, resentful, mean, and cruel to the friend and the people around them, because she's doing this shit to herself. She not having sex. She not drinking. She not smoking. She not partying. She not eating. All she's doing is working out, fasting, reading scripture that probably makes her feel bad about herself. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all, and I made this reference yesterday in Tom Hanks movie, the Da Vinci Code. The man who was a priest that was trying to kill him and stop him from, uncovering the priory of Sion or whatever the fuck it was. He would beat himself on the back like Jesus. The idea was to put yourself through the same pain that Jesus was put through in order to deal with all of the fucked up things that he was doing. And so when I see people do a lot of self-harm and they mask it, it worries me even more. And I do feel like, as much as she says it's not about weight, I do believe it is. I do believe that B. Simone is one of them. I didn't get picked for my body bitches. Yeah, I'm light skinned and all of that, but I didn't get picked for my body. I'm not that girl to a T the way I would have liked to have been. I also feel like, yo, if we really being honest, she gives DL. She gives I hate the girls I want to fuck. We talked about it in the members only, but that's what she gives. She gives I want male validation, but when it comes to like romantic love and all of that, I can't really make it work with any dude that I meet because I really like women. But I can't admit that to myself. I'm just saying. So, like, it's just the way she be. Anytime a woman starts acting like a pimp when it comes to other women, whenever they have a madam energy about them, it's usually because they like women.
End of the day.
Nah, see, that's what I don't do.
Let me tell you.
But see, that's what that go back to my. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead,
let me finish and then you go.
I got you.
Platonic. We have decided to be friends. We never dated. We never had sex.
So what you saying? What?
We're platonic.
Opus die.
See, that sounds like some. Okay, that's cool. We platonic. But back to the part where like you can be.
Them being in the bed is a tool and a tactic to get attention and to anger people who they know would be mad at her for not standing the fuck up, because it's very weird for you to be so thirsty behind a disrespectful hood booger that never cared about you, respected you, or really even liked you. And it's obviously in this moment just using you because his career is flailing in the wind after he decided to put being a misogynist and an asshole ahead of being an artist. Thank you, Noble, for the super chat. Bondy, you're a gift. You got me hooting and hollering in my home. You're appreciating tonight. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Chantel said, I used to watch her in 2020. B. Simone been giving homoerotic. Okay, it's not just me. Okay. Got it. And I also feel like the way she's being with him in this moment is a performance of femininity for her. Like her, you know why it gives so disingenuous? Because it's not real for her. It's how she feels like she's supposed to perform femininity.
Attracted to somebody and be friends with them and shit like that. Like, I don't play like that.
You don't believe that. You can be attracted to each other.
Yes, I believe this is a recent interview and it's behind her paywall.
But at the end of the day.
Nah, see, that's what I don't do.
Let me tell you.
But see, that's what that go back to my. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead,
let me finish and then you go.
I got you.
Platonic, we have decided to be friends. We never dated. We never had sex.
Then what are we talking about?
We're platonic.
See, that sounds like some. Okay, that's cool. We platonic.
You don't know what the word
But
means.
back to the part where like you can be attracted to somebody and be friends with them and shit like that. Like, I don't play like that.
You don't believe that. You can be attracted to each other. But
so is he saying he's not attracted to you?
At the end of the day.
Nah, see, that's what I don't do.
Let me tell you.
But see, that's what that go back to my. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead,
let me finish and then you go.
I got you.
Platonic.
Everything about him gives I don't give a fuck. And I really hate that. To me, I can see in all of the subtle ways in his body language, the way he laying down instead of having any type of sit up about him. He barely is turning his head in her direction. All of those things are so that he can keep a separation from his energy and hers. So them even being in the bed together is stupid. And she's sitting up there talking about we can be platonic, we could be friends. And he's saying, nah. That's supposed to make her think, yeah, nah, I ain't trying to be your friend. I'm trying to fuck. And that's supposed to make her feel like he likes her in the way that she wants him to like her. But really, girl, how degrading is this? Like, this is degrading to me. I find it so disrespectful to herself for her to find that this should be content. And I agree with that. I see my shit. I see my shit is acting a little funny. I'm gonna go off camera for a little while. Y'all tell me how y'all are hearing me once I'm off camera. It's been a lot of raining and shit going on around here lately, so I guess things are just being malfunctiony lately. But let's go ahead and move on. So apparently there was more from Simon Guobadia in, his interview about Porsha. So let's give it a listen.
That you have a relationship with her daughter?
I don't have a relationship with her daughter, simply because I've in the past, I found myself where when I separate from any of my exes with children, there's a tendency for them to use their children to get back at me, to come, to try to come back into my life. And Porsha is no exception. She sent me a text telling me that her daughter misses me, and I didn't respond because there was a concerted effort at some point that she realized she had made a mistake, and wanted to reconcile. At that point, I was done.
Feel that you.
So you think her reaching out to you, saying that her daughter missed you, was a ploy to get you to come back, but by that time you are done with her? Okay, well, I'll just tell y'all what I think. I think that Porsha pretending like that man was even supposed to have a relationship with her daughter is delusional and ridiculous. And it reminds me of the way women force relationships between their children and men that just got out of prison that they want to move into their house. That's what it reminds me of. And I was never down for that shit in the first place. I don't feel like that man should have really had that much of a relationship with that little girl, especially because we all knew that this relationship wasn't going to last long. He doesn't really seem like a good person. He doesn't seem like an empathetic person. He seems to be very disrespectful, very all about himself, very love bomb you until I get you and then treat you like shit type energy, like very scammy. Like, he just doesn't seem like a good person or a good dude to me. So when I look at Porsha, I'm like, so you have to be a slow ass bitch to bring this man around your child and then try to sell it to us like we're supposed to believe that, oh, him ignoring your daughter means he's a bad guy. No, bitch, it means you're pathetic for even attempting to use her in that manner. You're pathetic. I hate the fact that we have to sit up here and look at Esther roll and his eyes rolling in the back of his head like Dennis Daddy. Like I don't know why we got to be dealing with this because of you, Porsha, because we review Real Housewives of Atlanta, and so we got to keep our ears to the street. So we got to talk about when stupid shit happens with you and this very unattractive older man who you tried to have a fairy tale ass relationship with because your baby daddy didn't want to marry you. It's exhausting. Have a good day. So let's get into this Jackie, Christie, Chantel situation. So y'all, one of my people today, I think it was Ashley Nicole, asked me if I watch Basketball Wives. And I know she probably meant like as of right now because I don't review it. Because I know y'all know that I used to review Basketball Wives. And I know about Basketball Wives the long way for the most part. Okay, I know about most of the shit that happened. But specifically Jackie Christie, her relationship with her eldest daughter, and then her relationship with Chantel. Yeah, I know of these things. And if you were to ask me my opinion is that Jackie Christie is a ain't shit ass mama that spent most of her life running behind a man and ignoring her children unless it was an extension of the man in the family, which is why the oldest daughter, who is not Doug's daughter, gets treated like shit and abused because she's not light skinned and she doesn't fit into the family aesthetic. That was very obvious to me. I do believe that Jackie probably left that child with relatives while she went out chasing niggas. Yeah, so now that she's older and she can pretend to be, not pretend, but now that she can be the dutiful wife and mother, y'all can act like, you weren't this person. But the truth of the matter is you were an ain't shit ass mama that treated your eldest child like shit because she didn't fit the image that you wanted once you no longer wanted her paw. And I don't like y'all. I don't like women that do that, and I don't like men that do that. And I think that people shouldn't have children if they're not going to love them regardless of whatever is going on with the parent. Yeah. So Jackie Christie's daughter, Chantel, alleged that her sister, Takari, molested her. Takari now threatens to take her to court. So let's start with what Takari said, because I never played.
Have you spoken to her?
Hold up. Actually, let's do these clips first. Let's do these clips first. I hate when they do it like this because I never know what clip to play first, but I'm going to play this one first. And we're going to do a cover on this just so that I don't get hit with anything. Okay. All right. Where's my picture? Where is the picture of Mwah? All right.
My mom and I have always had one of them rocky relationships. I want to try to honor you as my mother because now I'm a mother. And so I'm extending so much grace and so much like understanding, even to someone that I don't get where you're coming from. I don't know what happened in your life that made you this way. But now I don't want you around me. I don't want you around my children. I'm not going to receive your toxicity and keep that in my children's lives. This is where I wash my hands of you. Have you talked to Chantel?
No, I haven't. Like, she lets me cool off if we have any issues.
Yeah, I heard she blocked you.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not good. That whole thing.
No, well, that's not
That was
good.
up.
I'm not going to sit here and justify any of that. That is my daughter, Chantel Nicole Christie. I had her June 1st, 1993. She going to always be my daughter.
So have you spoken to her?
Hold up, y'all.
My family, meaning me and her thing, out of it. If she wants to have conversations separately, I'm going to respect whatever she has to say.
Denise, you might want to, take it down a couple notches. I understand having a sisterhood, but when it comes to people's blood, you could get to that line, but bitch, don't step one toe over it.
I'm so confused about what we talking about here. She's just asking her if she knows about what's going on, and she heard Chantel blocked her. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, Jennifer?
I ain't going to tell you how to feel. I don't give a about none of that. Whatever happened with me and Brittany happened. But what you don't want to do, no, sweetheart. That's why I didn't put the IV in my hand. The point is, stay out of my face.
I don't know what her thing with me is, why this obsession, but
I'm so confused. Maybe they edited something out the scene.
with me? You asking for the wrong problem, sweetie.
You done. Let's go home. Do I need to drive you?
Girl, I'm going to the airport. I got a plane.
I'm driving you to the airport.
Please let me go.
Oh my God.
I would tell that bitch a new asshole. I'm going to tell you right now. You going to leave my family.
I'm so confused. So Takari says, most of y'all know I've healed and moved on from the family drama. However, if I'm asked to not speak on or about people, I expect the same respect. It's been almost 10 years, a lot of time and distance. So to speak on how I feel or what I went through, I can't even say happy birthday to you is not going to fly. I know I'm the peasant or whatever, but don't provoke me, please. Okay.
So are they using the favorite daughter to recreate a storyline, using your trauma, controlling the narrative, because having you come on there would be too real? Or are they trying to capture them same amount of viewers that they would get in when the show was about you? What? Who said that? So
Hi, Miss Meadows. I just want to let you know what you're waiting for are court documents. Yeah, because I definitely won't be addressing no weird shit like that here. Bye.
So Chantel said, I made a general statement highlighting the fact that all three of us have had our bad feelings about her, whatever those feelings may be. Nobody mentioned you by name, nor do I care to speak on your experience. You wrote a whole book about it. Now here you are with a screenshot from 2017 with no context. You want to tell these people why I went no contact with you? Was it because you were asking me to send you money when my now 8-year-old was only a few days old? No care or consideration for the horrific birthing experience I had just had. Or maybe it was because you used to molest me under the guise of playing house. Wow. I'm sure you remember all those times because I do. So I dare you to say I'm lying. I can keep going because I'm 32 with kids of my own now and will lay everybody's shit bare. Find you something safe to do. Wow. Okay. Okay. So I think what happens when you try really hard not to be like your mom is that you start to become like your mom. I think when you don't have any empathy for your mom, you can't see how she became the person she became. And so you then start to make the same mistakes and do the same things. I don't know what's true, what's not. I know kids do shit like that when they're younger. I know that, child, we did it when I was kids. Like, you do things when you're a kid trying to figure out your body. But I would never say anybody like, especially during like those younger years, like I would never say anybody took advantage of me like that. So I think that's wild for her to say. If y'all were both kids and just trying to figure out y'all's bodies, or if she actually did do something to you and was it something done to her because she was left alone somewhere. I'm not discounting what Chantel is saying because it's very much a possibility. Like that, there's very much a possibility that happened. Um, But I just feel like to go about it in such a way, I don't think that was the way to go about it. And I think the way Chantel threw that out there, I feel like that reminds me of Jackie, to be honest. Not go find you something safer to do. Girl, what? That's the response you want to use, you want to weaponize what happened to you. Like to me she weaponized it, and I don't like how that sounds. She going about it in a cold way. Yes, and so I just kind of feel like it's a fucked up situation, and really the only person to blame is Jackie Christie, because Jackie Christie is the mother and she's the one that had these children. She's the one that really dictated their experience as far as I'm concerned.
So have
So
you still gonna leave my family?
yeah. And so Brittany Renner got involved in the situation. And she says, turn the comments on back on, sis. So I guess Brittany decided to jump in and take out some of her anger against Kevin Gates out on Chantel's sister, which I feel like is just so weird. And I do see that Brittany is projecting a lot of her own trauma with her mom onto the situation with Jackie. think Jackie is very much an example of a lot of ain't shit moms that act like they love you, but it's really just a tool to use to manipulate and control you. But if they really loved you, then there'd be a level of freedom about their love, and there's no freedom about their love. It's you have to fit into the confines of how I want you to be, or I'm gonna, so I definitely feel like this is one of those situations where, yeah, Brittany doesn't need to step in here. Talking about I'll be waiting. And what are you gonna do? And what are you gonna do? This has nothing to do with you. And I feel like it's misdirected anger because you can't go and tell that man to suck your dick. So here we are with you misdirecting your anger at somebody that really, is really unnecessary, uncalled for. Find something else to do. Let them people work through their family issues without you adding more fuel to the fire. Girl, good night. Good night. Now let's move on to Angela Oakley and Marcus. It's the man that walked up to her and told her that her husband was cheating on her. Marcus says it was a messy gay moment, and allegedly Phaedra did not pay him.
He say something to you?
No, nothing at all.
Yeah. Oh.
Did she pay you?
Yes.
Did she pay you? Or is just like, did she pay you to do it? Or is it just like, I just do this?
Pay me? No, she ain't pay me.
Oh, that was just messy. Messy.
Angela, if it's one thing I'm gonna lie on this hill and tell you, bitch, you can call me messy because it was a messy gay moment.
It was. And
you can clock Angela if it's not.
The fact that this nigga looked like he looked like this dude that grew up in the neighborhood with me, and I used to always think that he was secretly, not. I thought he was gay, and he just could never admit that to himself. But oh my God, when you think about how like somebody was always attracting these closeted light-skinned men. My God, today.
One thing, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me is I'm very honest. Clock me on the messy gay moment because I was like, it was messy. It was so messy. It was so long and messy. And honestly, to be honest, I didn't even think.
Not honestly, to be honest, you doing too much fucking talking at this point.
Anything was gonna come after it after security kicked me out of the Williams and Sonoma. You say something. I will say this, and this is all I'm gonna say.
You said a lot.
If cameras were rolling when Phaedra walked up to the event, she walked up to me and kissed me on my cheek and whispered something in my ear. I don't know if they have that on camera.
What did she say, girl?
But I'm just going to throw that out there.
What did she say?
Okay, and...
Yeah, and I will say, unfortunately for us, it was before she was mine. I will say this.
Bitch, Angela writing with a pad and a pencil out this bitch.
Athens is a small town, girl.
I know.
And I'm sure you know. It's a very small town. And, everybody kind of knows everybody there. And everybody, too, also kind of protects everybody there.
I get it. So I want you to still be in good graces with your family, but I still have to protect myself, and I want you to be protected. But I didn't lie on you, but you lied on me. So you have to just make it right.
And I did. And I want you to understand, I truly meant that apology I gave you the other day. Mm-hmm. I couldn't even eat for like 24 hours, Angela. I felt disgusted that happened. Mm-hmm. And
so what was it like? Was it a phone call? Like, hey, I need you to meet me here. Because how did it come about? And I know at the table you said, well, you know how this goes. I truly don't. I don't know how this works. I don't know how.
Athens is a small town, girl.
I know.
So, I was talking to my mama about Angela and Charles Oakley, and my mama was like, "Your daddy could not stand that nigga." And she said, and I used to be sitting there listening to him and your power and talk about how much he couldn't stand Charles Oakley, and was thinking to myself, "But you just like the nigga." Yeah, it was so funny to me. I was just like, oh my God. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, Charles Oakley is an example of how women love to accept whatever men want to give them and just be okay with it. And anytime somebody says, girl, you should ask for more because you deserve more, they be like, girl, don't you dare ask for more. Don't you dare ask Master to stretch in his emotional capacity. Don't you dare, girl. That's just how he is. It's okay for him to be like that. I know he hurts your feelings and he's mean to you. I know he embarrasses you and humiliates you sometimes, but he loves you, girl. Look at that plate of food he cooked for you. Y'all got a nice house. Look at his pectoral muscles. I know that he did not tell people that y'all was married for the first few years of your marriage and then he cheated on you. I know, girl, but still, that's a good man, Savannah, and I think he loves you. I know he wouldn't tell you he loved you, but it seemed like he has to feel it because he's there with you. That's how y'all be sounding talking about her and Charles. Let's get into it because y'all do too much for people sometimes. I really be tired of y'all doing so much. I need for y'all to stop stop being so fucking excitable over shit that ain't nothing to be excited about. That's what. Yeah, let's get into it.
I'm curious if anyone wants to say
This is the trailer for the reunion, just so y'all know.
any intentions today.
I just want to step to the plate with each lady with truth.
Why would you say you would Angela's husband?
Who told you that?
That wasn't how it happened.
This is a pattern of lying.
Lying about what?
Girl, lying about everything about you, bitch. You've been lying since we met you.
Folder?
Yeah, but the whole file cabinet.
Child, we love somebody with a folder. You got to write shit down and have your paperwork available because people will lie on you.
Ready?
Coming up.
It doesn't make sense for Porsha to be sitting first chair. That doesn't make any sense. It should have been Angela. Honestly, I feel like it should have been Angela and Drew sitting first chair. I don't know what was going on with them this season. It was a popularity contest, I guess.
On the 3-part Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, how do you feel about frickin' Frock revealing all about your hood?
We need clarification.
You think you need clarification? I'm like,
Oh, right, Andy, right. Like, you're a man. You've never seen a clitoris before. My God, he's gay. He doesn't know what a coochie looks like.
No, you'll be hot on these streets, Porsha. Yeah, you know I like my Africans.
Child, not her saying, I like my Africans.
One for the books.
Britt Edie has decided not to join us.
What? Wow.
Y'all, Phaedra looks a fucking mess with the crown and her earrings. Y'all, sorry, my dog just made me jump.
Can you have gotten information from the current housewife about Britt's past?
Did you send her the picture?
Let's start there.
Well, baby, I'm in all the rooms.
But the rooms I'm in, they don't know you. So if I look 53, you look 63.
I know that's right.
Y'all had that conversation together saying that I was screwing Candy and Todd.
I kiss Candy in the club, you kiss Candy in the club.
Oh my God, this is what I really wanted to talk to y'all. Y'all, Porsha ain't shit. Porsha basically just threw Shamia out there. I kiss Candy in the club, you kiss Candy in the club. So, bitch, did y'all kiss each other? Because we think y'all did. We think y'all kitty clicking.
They both kiss Candy. Let's run the tape back.
Don't sit on Porsha lap, girl.
She characterized her return as a flop.
I do.
Okay.
She should be worried about who flipping and flopping in that basement we're out.
Why? I ain't with, see, this the thing. I hate when women use lazy reads. Like, oh, you need to be worrying about that nigga. I'm not with that nigga. So what I need to be worrying about him for? The fuck? Always trying to use a man against somebody. Get a new read.
Ralph, did you really think Drew was sleeping with Dennis for beats?
I didn't know exactly what the relationship was, but Drew had mentioned that you was trying to holler at her too.
I never.
Wow. Charles, when
I don't believe that.
When did you date our friend
Ralph ain't shit.
Sheree?
Okay, Angie.
What?
What are we doing?
Everybody want to know about me. What about y'all? I'm not.
What you mean? Everybody want to know about you. What about y'all, nigga? We have time to focus on everybody. We have time to focus on everybody. We do. We can ask you some questions, sir. You're sitting there. You're here. Like, I never understand how y'all be thinking these men so fucking strong. And as soon as somebody asks them 3 questions, they ass is bitching out, having a whole being dicked out, all upset because somebody asked them a question. Now, I'm going to give him that read that he, he was ready to give y'all, and y'all was also excited about in the comments.
On the husband here. Where your husband's at?
Where y'all husbands at? Let me tell you something. If the husband's going to show up like you, being mean to me in front of people, not telling people we married, cheating on me, and then not telling motherfuckers you love me on camera, motherfucker, I don't want a husband. And just to be clear, my husband tell me he love me on camera. Okay? And that's not like a pissing contest, but I'm just saying for anybody that's wondering, yeah, I got one. But I don't take that. I don't take disrespect kindly. And I feel like it's too many men that act like they the only ones that can feel disrespected. That's some disrespectful shit. That lady asked you to say, do you love me, nigga? You sitting up there wanting to play a game and all of that. It's a yes or no question, ho.
The current status of your friendship today?
Them hoes not friends.
You posted about my mom saying she did something egregious to your mom. Why are you even bringing Let her have her moment. 1 second. Hold on. Well, baby, I'm in all the rooms. 1 second. Hold on.
Oh, shut up, Andy. I hate when he does that. He usually does that shit right when it's getting real good. Then he won't start screaming, wait, hold up. Like, bruh, shut the fuck up. He working on my nerves with that shit.
That's it. Oh, my God.
Okay,
she's running
hold on.
again. She's running again. Y'all, Portia's running again. Somebody must have said something true. She's running again. That's all she do is run. Lord have mercy. You would think she wouldn't have to get so much surgery considering how much she always running from some shit. Kelly said they was gonna have to take Porsha to her seat. Listen, cause she always running from accountability, always running from her responsibility in a situation. Okay, but that's what's going on with that. Girl, yeah, them people down there ain't doing much of nothing going on. Okay, we'll see what the reunion gonna give. I don't have high hopes. I don't have much high hopes. All right, y'all. Let me see what else is going on before I skedaddle and get the hell out of here. Just for the sake of the fact that we talked about this shit yesterday.
She reached out to Nas to actually
Whoa.
I'm doing my chicken head shit right now because I really want him to get on this record. No, but
you see how real hard street niggas are okay with acting like bitches when they think they gonna get something out of it? So interesting how they be so ready to judge women for being, what did he call it? Chicken heads? So funny how you'll do the same shit.
I still got a bunch of mutual friends and shit like that. I actually reached out to Nas. I actually sent him the record. I got a response from him, not personally, but through the friends and shit like that. Gave him my number. I was told, like, he said he wanted to holler at me and shit like that, that he liked the record. That was what I was told. But above everything, besides Dipset, whatever, before Dipset, just want to put that on the record. Like, Nas was absolutely one of my favorite rappers of all time. From when he did the barbecue when we was in high school, walking through those fucking hallways, we felt like he was him and shit, like we was him. And once you get into the pros, you know what it is, and you ain't on the same team. But I would love to do a record with him, as him being one of my favorites of all time. I think that shit is bucket list material for me. Word. So, we'll see what happens. I actually reached out to Nas.
So apparently he never got the, apparently it didn't happen. It fell through. That's what it's giving, y'all. It's giving it fell through. And now he up here acting like a bitch because the man didn't want to do no record with him. Oh, Lord. Who the hell? Who the hell asked for this, y'all?
You're like a gay boy in a black woman's body, for real. You master a courtroom, you can master an interview.
She's back.
You and Nene were friends before the show.
You don't know me. Okay. I know your side chick.
Do you use bedroom candy? Quad is my girl. Were you friends with Quad?
I thought I knew her, but, you know.
Really?
I hope she's saved and maybe sanctified.
Apollo was fine, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Jason Lee.
As soon as I come in, I'm gonna hand Kenya some Clearasil. Are you gonna be able to rescue the relationship with Drew and Pittman?
Well, the story will tell itself. You just have to wait.
When Peter was in the show, he used to get a lot of heat.
Woo, Peter. I'm not playing with you.
I'm just making sure this is water. This is water.
You are a whole mess.
Well, no, I'm not. Okay, Apollo, come out. No, I'm just playing.
Oh my God, who asked for that? Who asked for that? All right, y'all, before I go, y'all, this specific podcast has been being posted. And that's why I've been in Ra Ali's ass this week, because she keeps saying stupid shit. I'm gonna let her say the stupid shit, and then I'll give my commentary and I'll get out of here, y'all. Because I can't take this bitch. She'll drive me to drink.
And yes, I will say that with my head high. Bixby or what Bugsby or whatever his name is, he is an absolute clown. Came at the Carter family, embarrassed Blue, and
this is giving total dick riding. Also, I believe that's that man I told y'all not to trust. I can't remember his name, but he was reporting on the Diddy trial, and he was one of the first people to act like, you know, oh, I don't think they're proving your case on day 2. I don't think it's a RICO. He was one of the main people that was saying that shit. And I was just like, it sounds like you're pushing a narrative and you don't know what you're talking about. And I also see him by being gay and Caucasian as an agent of chaos that's trying to capitalize off of Black culture because he can't get any attention in his own. I'm going to let him finish.
Embarrassed their family. And thank God, you know, Sean Carter, Jay-Z could have been terrified with everything that's going on with Diddy to say, oh, I can't even fight this. Pay them. As important as it is to protect victims, it is just as important to have some type of expectations or criteria or some type of system in place where you legitimize the claims of a victim before destroying the career and public views of a man.
So and I say, this is what I said. I said, y'all not going to believe them anyway. So what's the point? Also, I feel like, does she not know that there's already a process in place? It's called pre-litigation. There's often a pre-litigation process that victims can go through before filing a lawsuit, particularly in personal injury cases. I would also like to ask you, how was Jay-Z hurt in this situation? Can somebody tell me? He was embarrassed. Okay. That's a feeling. What has happened to him financially? What has happened to his overall name that has actually caused him harm? Nothing. Once everybody was able to see that story was a lie, because I have questions. But once we all saw that it was a lie and it wasn't true, everybody was like, okay, great. He didn't do it. And then we automatically didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it because of how much I love Jay-Z. Huge fan. Oh, welcome to the party life. Most of these men, nothing actually happens to them when somebody accuses them of something. In all honesty, something happens to the people that accuse them, which is why I don't rush to believe that people are just frivolously filing lawsuits against huge people, because it comes with a lot of bad attention. Her Maleficent looking ass sitting there acting as if it's not something you can Google about how people actually do have to go through a process before they file litigation. But you know what happens more often than not? More often than not, people can't prove assault. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. It means they can't prove it. They can't prove that they told the person no, because it's the other person's word against theirs. Everything is not recorded. People don't always get online and tell on themselves like Tory Lanez. Sometimes, and that wasn't a rape case, I'm just saying. Like, he got online and told on himself. He told on himself in a video. He told on himself in a song. He told on himself when he got on live. And he told on himself when he called. He told on himself in a text messages. Like, he told on himself, bitch. He told on himself. Y'all just refuse to listen to it because y'all will allow somebody to tell y'all the truth 1 minute and then come back and tell y'all they was just playing and you'll believe them. So a lot of y'all will run with that. But at the end of the day, if somebody is a huge person like Jay-Z or Diddy, one person saying they did something that they didn't do is not gonna do anything to them. Not really. Be fucking for real. Nothing has actually happened. He was embarrassed. Okay. That was it. Nothing actually happened. Diddy has been doing this shit for so long that his reputation was already sullied before the court case came out. Then when y'all had video that he beat that woman, y'all still went into the court case talking about how she was a willing participant, how she was willing, how she wasn't a victim. Even when you had physical proof of her being beat and kept from running from a freak off. She was trying to leave. Y'all's whole argument, she wanted it. There's a literal moment of her running for her fucking life and that nigga having his dick out behind a towel, running to get her to keep her from leaving the freak off. That's your evidence. You actually had evidence. Even before we saw the video, he paid the money. There's so much evidence that people are doing the things that they're doing. And y'all are still all on the internet, all in interviews, talking about how I don't see where he did something illegal. Prostitution. Is that illegal? Yes. Is having GHB and meth and shrooms and depending on the state, bitch, and cocaine and all of this shit, like all of these different drugs, amphetamines. He getting prescriptions and fake names and shit. The nigga doing all kind of illegal shit. He has fake names on prescription medication. That's extremely illegal. Buying and selling drugs, extremely illegal. Then leaving paper trails and text messages and telling people to go get it. Doing it with your actual employees that are not a part of a criminal syndicate. So if they get called to testify, guess what the fuck the regular people that was working as assistants and security guards gonna do? Come and testify? That's why usually people that do street shit only work with other people that have just as much to lose, meaning that those people have also done illegal shit. That way they are more licensed to keep quiet. That's how they used to think, and still motherfuckers, get y'all some plea deals. And you like, I would rather tell on this nigga than go to jail for 20 years. Self-preservation and all of these things. Thank you, Bonita, for the super sticker. But at the end of the day, there is a process. And it's called court. Y'all really get mad that you can't just keep people quiet about things. Y'all, at the end of the day, if Diddy gets out, if Diddy gets off, it won't be because he didn't do anything. It will be because his money paid for him to get off, as far as I'm concerned. That's the only way. That and the fact that there are people on a jury that can be manipulated by a famous person that they look up to. I really, a lot of times, I don't have that much faith in a jury system because the jury system is reflective of people, just like the internet is reflective of people. So sometimes, yeah, I don't trust that a jury is going to get it right. It doesn't mean that the person didn't do the shit. Doesn't mean that. And it's extremely hard to prove assault, y'all. Especially if it doesn't have any bruises. And smart niggas know how to hit you in places that nobody can see. Or they know how to not leave a bruise. Why y'all think niggas liked yoking women up so much? That was a way to not leave bruises on her for people to see. They spend so much time trying to find reasons to not make an abuser accountable. They miss how he's an abuser in so many different ways. It is ridiculous for you to suppose that he's not guilty. It's ridiculous to me. Ali is an example of a woman that's raised in that life. And because of that, she doesn't see anything wrong with shit that's illegal. That's why you don't understand RICO. That's why you don't understand that there's already a process before people can actually just sue you and all of this shit. People can pretty much sue you for anything, yes. Before it to actually go through a court system, things are then investigated when it starts going through a court system. That's the process. Y'all just want to be able to control public opinion. And I'm so fucking sorry that everything is not in your control. Deal with it. And as somebody that has been lied on, I don't say that lightly, y'all. I don't just throw that out there about somebody because somebody said something one time. Diddy has been exploiting and stealing and raping people like this entire time. This entire time that we've known him, this is who he's been. And the money and the fame has only bought him a way out of his responsibility or his accountability in what he's done. And finally, after all of those years, things have caught up to him as they usually do. And now y'all are all on the internet losing y'all fucking mind, talking about free him as if him getting out of jail wouldn't do anything but harm everybody who he's already harmed. It's not going to help you for him to get out of jail. It's only going to hurt all of the people that he actually has already hurt. If you think he did, you think that's not going to put Cassie in a fucked up situation? You got video evidence that man hurt her. He really was like a sex crazed mob boss. Yes. And it's a lot of them like that. And it's fucking sad. But either way, like, you know, it just goes to show that people just be so fucking stupid, so loud and stupid. You got a whole panel sitting there. You had hair, makeup, lighting, a whole production, and nobody could fucking Google that there actually is a process in pre-litigation. My God, today. Hey, sweet. Like it? I look like Dr. Pepper. I don't know why I just felt like Mentos fresh is full of life. I don't know why. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all evening. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll see y'all next week before I go out of town, I'm sure. But y'all be blessed out here. And we'll find out what the verdict is on Monday. Or no, they start deliberating on Monday. So I guess we'll find out later. But I'm gonna come to y'all whenever we find out. But yeah, I enjoy you guys so much. Thank you, everybody that gave to me. Crystal, Noble, LaShawn. I'm 51. I love when the young girls call me auntie. I know that's right. Thank you, LaShawn. She out here. Trust all my new members. Y'all can just check the community page for the link of content that's members only that you can watch, you know, if you missed it, because I do the breakdowns and all of that. So y'all can just go ahead on the community page and find the links. They're already posted. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night.